Hi, this is Neil Yon. This is thetaxjournal.com, and this is for purposes of accounting 452. This is an illustration of Section 1014, and we'll couple it with Section 1015 of the Internal Revenue Code. And there's two particular provisions that we're going to address. This is tax basis of property acquired by death, and that's governed under Section 1014 of the Code. In particular, I want you to note the following. Let's say we have Neil, and Neil had certain real property that he bought in 2001, and he paid $300,000 for it. So we've established his tax basis. And let's say Neil passed away on January 1st of 2008, and the fair market value of that property was now $1.3 million. Thus, there had been $1 million of increase in that property. Neil's basis is still $300,000. So if he sold it, he would have long-term capital gain, and while that gain is certainly that would be a rather significant amount that he would have to pay. But because if we went to Neil's estate plan, and let's say he left it to his daughter Taylor, and Taylor then received that property after the estate distributed to her in her name, what is Taylor's tax basis in that property? Well, this is what we call the step up in basis. Taylor now steps up to $1.3 million for purposes of her tax basis in the property. So if Taylor then were to go out and sell it immediately after, and she sold it for $1.3 million, she would have zero of long-term capital gain taxes to be paid. There's an important and essential point that has to be noted. Let's say if in fact the year before Neil passed away, he actually gave it to Taylor, and he gave it to her in, let's say, 2007, when it was valued at $1.2 million. Well, you say, okay, Neil gave her property, he'd have to file a gift tax return. He clearly gave her a gift worth $1.2 million. His tax basis was $300,000. What would you think Taylor's tax basis in the property is? Well, pursuant to Section 1015 of the Code, Taylor's tax basis is not $1.2 million, but rather $300,000. There is no step up in tax basis based upon a gift. That is a brief summary of the Section 1014 and 1015 comparison. As an additional note that I want to draw to your attention,